everyone, Zach Butler YGO back with another quick video. This time I'm going to showcase some of the cool stuff you can do in the Exodia deck that I featured earlier this week on the channel. And even though I said I'd wait till we got 25 likes, I've just been so excited to talk about this deck that I figured I'd jump in anyway. As always, if you like this sort of content, go ahead and like and subscribe. Let me know down below what you've been excited about playing. For me, it has been the Exodia deck for weeks on end, and I have annoyed all of my friends with it. But here is a couple of different cool things you can do with the deck. We're going to start with the basic combo that I mentioned, where just one Sapphire Pegasus resolving can get you to your entire main end field if uninterrupted. And again, of course, this goes without saying, this is uninterrupted, but this is just an example of one of the cool things you can do with these Crystal Beast cards in this deck, because these cards are really cool. Also, just don't want to take credit for this. This was initially Jesse Cotton's idea, and I've just been working on it and learning a lot of the cool stuff I can do with it as well. So shout outs to him. This deck is really cool, and I've had a ton of fun with it. So first, you can go normal summon Sapphire Pegasus, activate its effect. If you aren't aware of what Pegasus effect is, it is that when it is normal or special summoned, it can place a Crystal Beast monster from your hand or deck, deck, or graveyard face up in your spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. So you're going to go ahead and place Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon. This card's really cool. What it does is that it lets you banish it from the spell and trap zone when it's a continued spell to special summon a Crystal Beast monster from your deck with its effects negated, and add an ultimate crystal monster from your deck to your hand, which is why I'm playing Rainbow Dragon. From there, you can do a few different things. You could obviously overlay these into a rank 4 Xyz monster. If you have some different stuff, I can show you how you can do some stuff with that. But for this line, you're just going to go ahead and take these two Pegasus and link them off into Moon of the Closed Heaven, which you will then link into your Fiendsmith Requiem. Activate Fiendsmith Requiem's effect and summon your Engraver from deck in defense position. Then you'll activate your Requiem, equipping it to your Engraver from the graveyard. You're going to go ahead and contact fuse these two into your Necroquip Princess. And then you'll go ahead and use the Engraver effect, returning your Requiem to special summon it back to the field. So now we have that part of our combo, and then you go ahead and overlay these two into the soon-to-be, hopefully, Forbidden Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. If that happens, then a lot of this stuff changes, but for now, we can still abuse that. So we're going to go ahead and activate Beatrice effect, and we're going to send Rainbow Bridge of Salvation from our deck to the graveyard, because we are, of course, playing the Crystal Beast cards. We got to play the best Crystal Beast support card. Activate Rainbow Bridge of Salvation, banishing it to add a copy of Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. So yes, you are playing a full 3, as well as Wedju Temple from your deck to your hand. Go ahead and activate your Wedju Temple, and you're going to activate Temple's effect, and you can go ahead and place that Rainbow Dragon that you had added earlier, so that's a free place, to place the Sengenja Wakes from a Millennium from your deck to your field as a continuous spell. Activate Sengenja's effect, paying 2,000 life points to special summon it to the field, and you'll go ahead and add Shield of the Millennium Dynasty to your hand, which you will then activate as a continuous spell with its effect, and then pay 2,000 to special summon it and add Millennium Ankh to your hand. So far we've got all this off of just one Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, but we are not done yet. We're going to then go ahead and take our 2 Millennium monsters and link them into a Silhouette Rabbit. Silhouette Rabbit's going to go ahead and set Angel Statue Azarun face down to our field, so that's another layer of interaction. And then we're going to go ahead and activate the Millennium Ankh, revealing, of course, your 5 pieces of Exodia from your deck, and then special summoning your Exodia, the ultimate, or the Unstoppable Incarnate. And then you're going to go ahead and return your Rainbow Dragon, your Beatrice, and your Silhouette Rabbit, as well as the Ankh and the Exodia pieces back to the deck. Then, in the end phase, Exodia will go ahead and set Exod Fires of Rage to your field. So you're going to end with a Wedju Temple, and Exod Fires of Rage, Angel Statue Azarun, Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate, and Sapphire Pegasus in your hand, as well as, remember, you haven't used a single other card in your hand, so technically you have a full hand still ready to go. And these can be hand traps, they can be board breakers, they could be droplets, they could be extenders even, and then you can go further into your plays than that. And this is just the most bare bones line that you can do with the Exodia deck with Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus in it, assuming you drew absolutely nothing else, which is really cool. We'll go on from there, and I'll show you some other cool stuff that you can do. Alright, so what about if you open up with Sengenjen and practically any other monster in the deck other than Rainbow Dragon? And it specifically cannot be Rainbow Dragon, which is hilarious. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do. For this, we're going to use Maiden of the Millennium Moon. And again, of course, this goes without saying, this is uninterrupted, but here's some of the cool stuff you can do. You can go ahead and start with your Sengenjen, pay 2,000 life points, putting you to 6,000 to special summon the Sengenjen, and you're going to go ahead and add Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures to your hand. Go ahead and activate that Golem, pay 2,000, and special summon your Golem, adding Wedru Temple to your hand. Go ahead and activate that Wedru Temple, activate Temple's effect, placing the other monster in your hand. Again, this could even be an Ash Blossom. And you're going to go ahead and place Shield of the Millennium Dynasty from your deck on the field, which you will then pay 2,000 to special summon and add a copy of Millennium Ankh to our hand. From there, you're going to go ahead and link the Sengenjen and the Shield into a copy of Moon of the Closed Heaven, which then you'll link into Fiendsmith Requiem, which then you'll attribute for your Fiendsmith Engraver. Go ahead and overlay these two into your Beatrice if you want, or what I prefer to do is actually link them off into Fiendsmith Sequence. Activate Sequence's effect, returning your 2/2 extra deck monsters from the deck, or to the deck, to add Fiendsmith Lacrima to our hand. Lacrima will then add Engraver to our hand, which then will activate. And we're going to go ahead and add Fiendsmith Tract from our deck to our hand, which will then activate to add Fiendsmith Lurry from our deck to our hand, and then, of course, discard it, special summoning itself out. From there, we're going to go ahead and link into a Silhouette Rabbit, which we will then activate to set our copy of Angel Statue Azarun from our deck to deck thin further. Then we can still activate our Fiendsmith Engraver, so we'll go ahead and return Lurry to special summon the Engraver back out onto the field and overlay into Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal. So now there's two different routes you can go here. Either one is totally fine. I usually prefer to go this route, though, where I detach the Lacrima and I send Angel of Blue Tears from deck to grave, which then triggers the Lacrima, of course, returning the sequence to deal 1,200 damage. Then you get the Angel of Blue Tears effect to banish, and you can go ahead and set either the Black Goat Laughs or Different Dimension Ground. So this gives you additional flexibility. So you have one of these two face down. But then we're still not done. You can go ahead and activate your Millennium Ankh, of course, revealing your 5 Exodia pieces. And special summon the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate and putting these monsters back. Now, if the monster that you placed down here is a Millennium Monster card, it actually stays, which is really cool. If it's not, it obviously goes back to the deck, which is why it can be somewhat beneficial to actually draw those garnets. So in this exact line, it could be Rainbow Dragon. If it isn't Rainbow Dragon and you want to do a different line, you can do some more cool stuff with that. But there is that line. I'll go ahead and show you what happens when you don't draw the Rainbow Dragon, but you draw Sengenjen plus any monster in your deck in just a moment. Okay, last but not least, we're going to show you the full, like, you want to go crazy with it kind of combo with just Sengenjen and any random monster, assuming you don't draw Rainbow Dragon. The previous one, you could have drawn Rainbow Dragon. It didn't matter. This one, it absolutely cannot be Rainbow Dragon. So this time, you go ahead and place the Sengenjen in the spell trap zone as a continuous spell. Pay 2,000. Special summon your Sengenjen, which adds Golem that guards Millennium Treasures from your deck to your hand. Activate your Golem, and then you pay 2,000 to special summon your Golems. Now you're at 4,000. You're going to add your Wedru Temple from your deck to your hand. Activate your Temple. Activate its effect. Place the random monster to place Shield that guards the Millennium Shield of the Millennium Dynasty from your deck to your hand, or your deck to your field. Then you'll pay 2,000. Special summon that shield and add Millennium Ankh. So now you're at 2,000 life points, which is absurd. But that is okay, because you're going to go ahead and take your shield and your Sengenjen, and you're going to link them into Moon of the Closed Heaven. Activate link Moon into Requiem, which you will then activate to special summon Fiendsmith Engraver. Crazy, I know. Then you're going to go ahead and link these two into Sequence, which will then send back the Fiendsmith Requiem and Moon of the Closed Heaven into a Fiendsmith's Lacrima. Lacrima will add the engraver back to hand, which you will then activate, adding Fiendsmith Tract, which you will activate to add and discard Lurie. So now you have that. Then you're going to go ahead and link the sequence and the Lurie into a copy of Silhouette Hat Rabbit, which will then set your Angel statue as a rune from your deck. The reason why you want to do that is because you're going to return the Lurie or the sequence to special summon back the engraver. It does not matter. You're going to return both in the end. Go ahead and overlay these two into Beatrice. And you're going to go ahead and activate Beatrice effect, sending the Lacrima to send from the deck to the grave Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. Lacrima will then put back the remaining Light Fiend, dealing 1200 damage. And then you can go ahead and activate your Rainbow Bridge to add another Wedge Temple and Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus from your deck to your hand. So again, this is where we're at so far. And remember, this required Sengenjen and any monster that was not Rainbow Dragon. So we'll go ahead and put 3 blanks right here. So we have 6 cards in our hand total, and we still haven't normal summoned. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon our Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, which will place our Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon in the Spell and Trap Zone. Go ahead and activate Rainbow Dragon, which is going to add the Rainbow Dragon to hand and special summon a Sapphire Pegasus to the field. So then you have all of this set up, which is great because you can go ahead and overlay the 2 Sapphire Pegasus for a copy of number 90 Dagaris the Timeless, which you will then activate to draw 2 and discard any card. It could even just be the Rainbow Dragon that was free. But remember, you are skipping your next draw phase, so that is a bit more of an investment, but you are currently at 7 cards in hand. And then you can go ahead and take the Beatrice plus the Dagaris to make Haggard Lizardos. Go ahead and activate the Haggard Lizardos effect, banishing and increasing making Silhouette Hat Rabbit's attack 800, and then you'll draw a card from the Haggard Lizardos, giving you an additional card as well. So you have 8 cards in hand off of just that. Then to finish it, we'll activate our Millennium Ankh, and we will reveal the 5 pieces of Exodia, of course, to special summon the Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. We will then return the random monster if it's not a Millennium monster, as well as the Silhouette Hat Rabbit, the Millennium Ankh, and the Exodia pieces back to the deck. And then in the end phase, Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate can go ahead and set Exet Fire's Rage. And if you have any interaction here, you can go ahead and set that as well. It could be a random trap card. It could be a droplet. It could be whatever you want. It could even be a bluff. But that is an example of what those Crystal Beast cards can do in this deck. Let me know down below if you've thought of any other cool things as well. I've had a ton of fun with the Crystal Beast engine. I've been messing with it in Master Duel with the toy box cards as well. It's just a lot of fun. Let me know down below if you want to see anything else. If you want to see duels with this video, I can go ahead and try and do that. Duels with this deck, I can go ahead and try to do that as well. It's something I've had a ton of fun playing. And until next time, have a great day.